Hello again, people, and welcome to Rhanar Rants, where nerdiness is praised. Today, I have finally decided upon my review for my very first episode. I am going to review Devil May Cry. Now, about the Devil May Cry series. I somehow both hate and love it, because it is an interesting story. Goes on with both demons and humans and show that demons can actually be more humane and more friendly than humans. And also sort of show our dark side to conquer the world. And let me just start like this. We have our main character, Dante. Not Dante of Dante's Inferno. That guy is badass. We can agree on that, I think. Can we not? No offense. Now, we have Dante, a white-haired, gunslinging, sword-wielding, leather-wearing, red jacket-wearing. I swear, he looks like an incubus. He looks like something that a fangirl created to satisfy her nightly desires, and just put him in a video game and decided to make him completely invincible. I mean, he can take anything. You can shoot at him with a shotgun. You can stab him with a sword. You just go, a sword? Doink. And he is up again and is shooting at you with his guns. And he has a massive broadsword that he uses to cleave your flesh into or more pieces. So he is sort of like Sephiroth, just not as depressed with a sad childhood, and yes. I compared Dante to Sephiroth. Both Final Fantasy fangirls and Devil May Cry fangirls are going to hate me now. Are you not? Can you not feel the hatred at your icon being ridiculed by a nerd with an actual opinion outside of the media group? Well, let us get going. The first game we see Dante as a sort of very serious character, which I admire. And he is hired to clean out some old castle ruins on some island by a blonde with sunglasses and leather outfit and what do I know. I do not know why, but I cannot really see the offense in having her wear a leather outfit. At least it covers. And she can apparently let lightning through her hands, and yeah, I have to say the sunglasses make her look sort of badass. Nice. Okay. Let us move on. As we progress through the game, we discover some kind of conspiracy, and it turns out that this... Yes, spoiler alert! But if you do not want spoilers, do not watch me. Now, it turns out that this girl called Triss is a traitor, and she was apparently crafted in the image of Dante's mother who died at childbirth. And his brother makes an appearance in the game as some kind of Dark Knight. Or what do I know? Regardless, it continues and we discover the Emperor of the Demon Underworld, Mundus. That is a ridiculous name for a demon lord. Look at me, I am Mundus. Brrr. Now, a name like Archimond and Kil'jaeden. Yes, I refer to World of Warcraft. But that was a badass name. Two badass names. Badass 1, Badass 2. Now, they turn out to have a little fight, Dante and Mundus. And they race through the castle and through some underground tunnels, I do not know, into the demon world and beyond. But it turns out that Dante defeats Mundus and flies away in a plane with Trish. And thank goodness that Dante thinks the same as me. Triss was crafted in the image of his mother. Mother. Not sister, not cousin, not anything else. Mother. So thus, a relationship between the two, even when fan-made, would be absurd. Even the most desperate fans would realize that. Now, I have not tried the second game. I only watched some cutscenes from some... Nah, I will not go into detail with that. But the third game, Dante has turned into a wisecracking... Yes, hello my pet cat. Hope you are doing well. Will you not agree, little kitty, that this game is sort of ridiculous? Yes, sorry, I am having a little cat at the moment. Well, we see Dante as a now wisecracking, non-shirt wearing, just outside the shower, fangirl, desperate attempt. And he is assaulted by some demons that apparently represent one of the first sins called pride. And of course he goes completely to town on them, and he kicks their ass, and oh god, he kicks so much ass it is getting boring. Boring. Alright, now we find out that he goes outside and he finally puts on his freaking coat. Thank you. We do not need more fangirls. And the Grim Reaper himself appears in front of him. But it is not the Grim Reaper, just something that looks like him, with a giant size, black coat, and zombie-like corpse with glowing eyes. That is nice enough, but then it just goes boom, 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 and shoots the hell out of it. And this kind of thing just turns into ink, or what do I know, returns back to a massive castle that just popped out of the ground, and Dante's brother Virgil has apparently hired it, or commanded it, to kill his brother. Dante has such a lovely family. His father sacrificed his life for the human world. His mother apparently was sacrificed to seal the gate between the human and the demon world. And his brother is so power hungry that he wants to kill him. You have serious family issues, Dante. Now, this demon Grim Reaper wannabe reports back to Virgil, who does not take very kindly to failure. So he slices it in two and it dies very gruesomely. And some bald, two-tone eye guy with some kind of weird tattoos swirling around in his head and a book and a black suit. He is not really that trustful looking, if you ask me. I do not know if his name is Arkham or something like that. Batman Arkham Asylum, anyone? And he is not really that cool with the Virgil's choice. It is something about that he wants the money power, Virgil wants the money power, power struggle, power struggle, power struggle. But now we get to see both the most irritating and most badass character in Devil May Cry so far. Lady. And you might wonder, why do I think Lady is badass? She is a freaking human! A human being! Not half demon, not full demon. She is just a human being. With an arsenal that fits a human army. Like the US military large. And just to cut it short, she uses rocket launchers. She uses machine guns. She uses pistols. She uses the whole frigging arsenal that a human can come up with against the demons. Oh, and she has a motorbike with flaming pipes, so she scourges most demons. And again, she is just a human. Dante is a super-powered half-blood demon or half-breed demon. He can take a sword through the chest. He does not get a sword through the chest. No, 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 no. She relies on agility, athletics, and her own strength. And she uses a rocket launcher as her primary weapon. I know that she looks like what you may consider a ghetto version of a Sailor Moon scout with that skirt of hers, and I really think that is a shame. You have this badass female character and you decide to you could just as well tack a kind of sign around her and say, look at me, I am meant as fanboy attraction material. That is actually such a shame. But what I will give her is that she is bitter, she is dark, but she has a reason. Apparently her father, this Arkham character up there on the top of the tower, apparently sacrificed her mother. And I will have to excuse the fact that this closet door opened, but my cat is a curious little devil. Now, regardless, Lady, I have to say, she handles herself very well against the demons and actually makes the same progress as Dante despite not having demonic powers. But the truth of the matter is that Dante goes through the entire inner of the fortress or tower, what it is, makes all sort of challenges, completes them all, gains demonic powers, and Lady simply uses a hook attached on her rocket launcher to climb the upside of the tower. And they make kind of the same progress, although Lady can at least praise herself for not being eaten by a freaking leviathan that circles around the tower. Regardless, they make the same progress, and when she discovers her father lying bleeding in front of a door, and he manipulates her into fighting Virgil and Dante, he's sort of a clever schemer and also dresses up like a complete lunatic Joker version of a demon, or demon version of a Joker, I do not know. Something called Jester, some completely crazed idiot. Well, she fights them off, and yeah, it sort of ends like, what can I say? Ah, yes. They end up having completely followed Arkham's plan, where he will take the power of Sparta and open the gates to the demon world, where some kind of bell rings very eerily, dong, 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 marking the sins of man, opening the portal to the demonic world, and Doomsday, Apocalypse, Armageddon, the Arocalypse. Well, that would be awesome, the last, but no. Dante and Virgil, of course, decides to put their difficulties aside and kill off Arkham. So they kill him off, and nothing is really much well solved, because he just loses the power and falls from the heavens down on top of the tower and lies bleeding and dying. And that is where I have to say that Lady turns out to be a very cold-blooded little Sheila, because it is her father, still trying to manipulate and scheme against her. Her response is taking her gun and shooting the bastard cold and dead. I am not a fan of swearing, but that is fucking badass. She deserves a fucking gold medal. And yes, I know it is a very sarcastic and very dark view on things, but he deserved it. Well, as you may understand at the end of the game, we are watching as Dante and Virgil are about to kill each other off, despite being brothers by blood and what do I know. And as Dante points out, it is their father's soul that also matters, not only his powers. But Virgil is completely a lunatic for power, so he does not care. He wants the power of this medallion that could open the demon world for himself. He just wants it all. Like Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street going, I want it all! To those dream demons. Still, we finally see as Dante defeats Virgil, this cool looking character that I actually thought that, yes, he is cold, but I sort of respect him. And we now move on to see Virgil facing off against Free Eyes, just hovering in the air, which turns out to be Mundus from the first game, thus explaining why he was turned into a demonic Dark Knight. I think this game has a love for making Batman references. The Dark Knight, Arkham, a girl that looks as if she... forget about it. And now the final game thus far. Devil May Cry 4. Nothing much can be said other than Dante has turned a bit more mature, but is still this wisecracking lunatic I have no respect for whatsoever. The only thing he does for me is progress the storyline. Thank you, Dante. As soon as we can, we will find a better main character and toss you to the fangirls. Yeah, they will probably eat him up, and I do not know what. God knows what they do. Well, It is simply about a guy named Nero, who looks exactly like Dante, just has a better taste in clothes, red and blue, and has some kind of weird infection on his arm because it looks as if it is some kind of demonic glove with some inner glow, and sort of looks like one of those kind of monsters from the old Power Rangers show, only you can take him a bit more serious. He is wielding some kind of motorized mechanical sword called Red Rose, or what do I know. And one of the first lines by one of the female characters in the game is, "She yearns for your touch." And he just goes, "Huh? I do not understand what you mean." And obviously, in this case, we find out that the girl and Nero are sort of family, if you may say, because Nero was adopted by her family. So technically, it would make their relationship, which further escalates into a sort of romance, into an incest romance. Way to go, Devil May Cry. Way to go. That is really top-notch performance. I am not amused. Well, we continue. After seeing some demons attack some kind of order that works with Sparta as a living god, and Dante also shoots the hell out of a priest. He jumps down from the ceiling through the glass, draws his gun, points at the priest, and just go boom. Kills him right off and dead. So apparently Dante now has begun to murder innocents. Whoa. From killing off demons to killing off humans. I can see a lot of bounty hunting potential in Dante. If anyone wants to hire him. Well, we move on for the game and we see different kinds of characters, some kind of demon invasion that some of the characters just try and fight off. And we see Gloria, one of the eye candy parts in this game. And of course we see Trish again. Yes, Trish. I do not think she feels in so much of the game, but I still respect her because, yes, she does not wear her sunglasses. I do not like that. But at least she has some guns, she has her outfit, and yeah, she does her part. I respect that. And Andy goes around, oh, boom, 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 I am killing off everything. I swear, he might as well just go, "Hasta la vista, baby." He is like the freaking Arnold Schwarzenegger of gaming. I just do not like him. I really do not like that guy. And, as I mentioned before, Gloria. The infamous Gloria in my eyes. The woman who in a cutscene, where we can see below her dress, does not wear underwear. An exhibitionistic battle nun with knives as her weapons. White hair, apparently a fetish for the game designers, black skin, and what looks like completely blind eyes. Or maybe she has eyes, I do not know. Oh well, I suppose we can get used to that. But even Nero makes a little because he sees under her legs as she puts down one of her weapons. I think that she is not very qualified as a nun. I think she, if you ask me, put some horns on her and some wings and a tail and call her a succubus. Yes, call her a succubus. She is only there for eye candy. Look, all those fanboys have so much eye candy now, they could open a freaking store. Alright, before I rage, let us continue. It turns out Gloria is Trish in disguise. Trish, you are a badass leather-wearing femme fatale with guns. You are not a slutty nun in a white dress with little teeny-weeny knives trying to prove yourself as a sex object. Stay to your role as an official badass and stop pretending to be a object. Thank you. But at the end we then turn to find out that the leader of this order that was apparently so dead has revived as an angel. That includes that he gets spasms, shining red eyes, and yeah, this order is sort of insano, because you see, they think they are ascending to be demons. Well, they are ascending to be demons, but they believe that they are ascending to be angels. And Credo, one of the few likable characters in this, because he has a strong sense of duty. And Kyrie, this girl that I mentioned before, is his sister. He has a strong sense of duty, as I marked before, and is captain of the Holy Knights. And I have to give him credit for he follows his duty despite what he may think of it. He turns into one of the most dignified forms of demon angels, or angel demons, or however you may like to know. And there's also some kind of scientist guy. I do not know if it was nah, I cannot remember his name. But he's some kind of creepy little hunchback scientist who makes all sort of yes, he makes some sort of research. He also creates some of the angelic enemies in the game, called the Bianco Angelo, that means white angel, and Alto Angelo, that means high angel. And they are freaking badass. Still, he makes all kinds of weapons and armor for the Order, and his angel form is like a freaking beetle. A beetle with horns that forms into a halo. That is ridiculous. Well, moving on, he also gets his final cut from Dante later on. Because he is obsessed with knowing all about demons and all about their magic. But we move on, because the Order has a plan. They have created a giant, massive statue looking like a god, with wings and what the hell do I know, a massive halo and gold and marble and weird looking crystals and gems that makes it look as if it is some kind of addicted god. But anyway, they power it up by demon magic and raises some hell gates that look like giant black stone slabs, and they sort of want to take over the world, but pretending to defend the world against demons. So we have an artificial army of angels crafted by the Order against actual demons from hell. Okay, give them a point for being original. Well, we return, yes, in my case, to reality after seeing this colossal army. Well, I have to say, I will give Dante credit for one thing, where he goes, "That's a solid performance for an old fart like you." Because I think he is sort of sarcastic here, because this old coot standing on top of this statue going, "We must all offer praise, we must all believe in the higher powers." Yeah, that does not really work. But apparently all these worshippers, as you understand, in the, in the town, they believe in them, and because they kneel down and pray, all the angels, all the angelos come down and save them from the foul demons. So that is once again proof that religion might not be the way to run the world. Not saying anything at all, whatsoever. Well, we cut to the final part of the game, where it includes Dante jumping around like a lunatic from angel to angel to angel towards this godlike statue, where we find out by following Nero inside the statue, because he was absorbed, because he is some kind of powerful demon entity because of his arm and some ancient sword that he got, named Yamato, Virgil's sword. It is pretty confusing. What I just want at this point is to see Nero kill something. I want to see him actually kill something instead of yelling, "I am coming for you, Kyrie, I am coming for you." He sounds like a freaking wimp. Still, we cut to the end of the game where this priest-like guy has transformed into what looks like a mix between a, how can I describe it? Well, he has absorbed all the powers of Sparta's sword, also named Sparta for some reason, and looks like a freaking demon. or Diablo, or whatever the hell you may call it. And Dante outside is having a bit of a problem penetrating through this statue's armor. So Virgil, yes, he does not really seem present in this game. He was apparently killed off in the other game, so I forgot to mention that. And we continue by watching Nero kick the living hell out of this priest guy. Well, freeing Kyrie, of course, the prince on the white horse to the rescue to the princess, yada yada yada. And the priest dies in one of the most horrifying screams I have ever heard in gaming, going ah! Or something like that. And apparently, as they exit this giant statue, it is not dead yet. It is still moving. But then Dante sees that Nero has potential. It turns out that this hand of his is apparently capable of enlarging itself, so it grabs around this statue's head and he squashes it like a ripe tomato. As it says, this hand was made to send guys like you back to hell. God, that was pathetic. Should they not have joined forces and beat the hell out of different sections of this giant godlike entity? No. It is so much better to have a giant freaking hand, squash it like a ripe potato, and making it look as if Nero has the ultimate power. And then we finish the game off by having Kyrie say, "I'll be waiting for you," while Nero goes completely to town on a few of the remaining demons. My god, that is stupid. It is cheesy, it is... I cannot really describe it. Honestly, it is not what I expected for a Devil May Cry game. I expected it to be more dark, more gothic, a bit more dramatic than just some stereotypical hero saves the damsel in distress, because Kyrie, she can do nothing. All the female characters that can actually do something, meaning actually just one, Trish, if you ask me, I cannot really consider Gloria a character because she is actually Gloria in disguise and vice versa. But at least we do not get any more Gloria cameos than necessary. There's one where she is at a meeting early in the game, but I do not want to go into that. And seeing as the only female character in the game that could actually potentially whoop some ass is just off-screen, killing off some demons, and Dante gets the entire spotlight for himself, and even makes some kind of drama class with one of the enemies at one instance. I have no real words for it. If you were to ask me what I would give it, maybe out of 5, I would give it 3. And that is basically only because of the music, the graphics, and the fact that you get to kill some demons and some stuff. But when it comes to plot and story, it fails. It right out fails to me. I know we are supposed to deal with an angelic and demonic army, but come on. Give them something more personality. Give them some more reason. Instead of just having some old religious coot going, "We must save the world," and "We must kill the demons." Sorry, it sounds as if you are trying to preach about a stereotype to me. I just cannot see anything good in it. And as I mentioned, I do not feel good about seeing Gloria just jump around the place like a... Sorry, but she is about as bad as Bayonetta. Yes, I said it. You can yell all you want. She is almost as bad as Bayonetta. Bayonetta is going to be my next review. I am neither looking forward to this, because, well, you may see later. And I forgot to mention, there is one instance in this game that you actually see Lady, where she complains about her job to Dante. And I have to say, if you think that her costume looked weird in the first instance you saw her in Devil May Cry 3, imagine that they actually added more ridiculousness to her outfit. Granted, they gave her a pair of badass-looking sunglasses, but let me tell you, if you did not really see any cleavage in the third game, which I sort of respected, in this case, you get all the view you need, and her skirt is even shorter. Well, yes. Okay, one other plus that she has some badass boots, and she still has her rocket launcher on her back, so yeah, I suppose it can be forgiven. But she does not have a general role in this game. I do not like that. Well, this has been Rhanar ranting, and I hope to see you next time where I am going to review Bayonetta. And thus, until then, keep it metal.